Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel, A Sip of Abundance with me, Ny'Chel Dior. And I am here, I am back because I was gone because I had school and I had all of these things to do, but we'll catch up another time. But let's just get into it. I'm just going to do a real quick collective because I have some downloads that have been coming to me. So we're just going to get straight into it. But this is a collective. Take what resonates. If it don't, please don't try to force it. It just may not be for you at this moment, and that's okay too. And if you like any of my readings or you feel like you want to get a little bit more personal or in-depth, please feel free to book through my website, Ny'ChelDior.com. And I'm always available to do pre-recorded videos for readings, or I do live videos, but you just have to get on my calendar. All right. Ciao. It's time for y'all to get it together. It's time for the walking away. You tired of your heart getting broken. You tired of all the toxicity. It's time to let that shit go. And the thing is, it could be a relationship. It could be a job. It could be friendships. It could be family. Whatever it is, let it go. It's holding you back. It's keeping you down. And you don't know how to let go. It's like you're afraid to let go. What are you afraid of? Hurting other people's feelings? What about your feelings? We're going to get straight into it because I'm definitely seeing some interesting energy around a lot of toxicity. This is a very toxic relationship. Yeah, it used to be happy, or you wanted it. The thing is, you wanted something that just can't, for whatever reason, this cannot in this moment flourish into what you want it to be on either side. You can't force it to be what you want. Sometimes we have to walk away from things, and if for whatever reason you come back to it, like you got to spin the block, you can. It's just at this moment, it is not the right time to do so. It's okay to let it go, mourn it, grieve it. It's okay. It's going to be okay. You know, I do think it's it's like a decision that you need to make. You're tempted to walk away, but you're considering how it's going to affect you and the other person. And I think in this or this other, side, if it is a relationship, you're thinking about how they're going to feel. You're tied down to this job. You're thinking about, well, how is this going to affect the people that I'm working with? You don't want to walk away from things, and I get it. There's some level of guilt there, kind of like, and I do feel in some way you're being guilt tripped, but you need some balance. You need some equality in your life. You need things to make sense for you. You can't make it. You can't force things. You just can't. Like, whatever's going to play out has to play out, but you also have to be mindful of what you're putting out there, Yeah, like, so I do sense there's like, there's a close off, like you're not open to receive in a sense, like there's a disconnect. There's definitely a strong disconnect here, between these forces, between these entities. Again, it could be a relationship, friends, job, but there's definitely some needing to get back to who you are, get back to what you want, what's important to you. You don't know who you are right now. You have to figure that out. You don't even really know what you want. You think you do, but you don't. And the thing is, you're not thinking about, things from you're thinking about things from a superficial standpoint. We're talking about money, houses, cars, relationships. But what do you want on the inside? What do you want to feel? What do you want to be? You have to embrace that. You have to embody that. But the only way to learn those things is to sit with yourself. It's time for you to sit in some silence. It's time for you to focus on what's really important to you versus how you contribute to the rest of the world. Focus on you for a little bit. It's okay to do that. You're not selfish for wanting to do for you. And I do sense there's a lot of guilt. It's like, if I leave, how's this going to affect those involved? And that's not fair to you. But guess what? For me, this is giving 7 of Wands and the Lovers. This is pulling into some self-love. This is pulling into some self-care. This is truly pouring into you. The love and dedication and effort that you've put into everything else, you need to put that into you. I definitely think, though, you do need to revisit some things that may have happened in the past. This doesn't always have to be childhood. It could have been, like a year ago, 6 months ago. There's some past energy that you need to work through. There's some past healing that you need to get through, work through, get over. And in order for you to move forward, you got to let these things go. You have to come to terms with them. And the thing is, the things that happened to you in your past do not define who you are today. They just happened. But it doesn't define you as a person. Just because you've been through things, it doesn't, contribute to your character. It doesn't have to. And I don't think, in these moments you're celebrating yourself. You don't give yourself enough credit. You haven't given yourself enough credit. And it's like you want to, but you don't know how to. And it's kind of like you feel guilty. I'm getting, for whatever reason, this devil card is giving me a lot of guilt. It's giving me a lot of turmoil. And then I'm feeling like, you know, heartbreak is definitely there. And the thing is, it doesn't always have to be somebody in a relationship hurt you. You know, it could have been a job that you really wanted, and for whatever reason, it just didn't work out, or it wasn't what you thought it was going to be. You know, even in families, you know, sometimes we just have to walk away. And you feel guilty because, oh, it's my mom, my dad, my aunt, my cousin, my sister, my brother. But it's okay, because at the end of the day, your peace matters. It does matter. You matter. But you have to recognize and see that for yourself, because guess what? While you out here putting out for everything and everybody else, when it's time for you to really need that type of help or effort or care and consideration, who got you? Who got you? Do you got you? Because I don't think you got you. It's time to let it go. Walk away, but you're hesitant. You're holding back. You're fearful. You're frightful. You're not really taking into account what it is you want. You're thinking about everything and everybody else, but sometimes, you know, we gotta just go, you know. You definitely are clinging to things that don't have nothing to do with you, and that's not fair. You also are struggling with just asking for help. But the biggest thing I'm seeing is letting go of some expectation that somebody else put on you. You can't live up to their expectations. You have to live up to your expectations. And you need to stand up for yourself, whatever this is. That's what I'm saying. There's a lot of guilt. When are you going to stand up for you? You know, the Eight of Wands is a very interesting card. And I say that because, you know, these things can happen. I do sense that there's going to be positive resolution, but it doesn't come until you figure out what it is to let go. Again, letting go doesn't always have to be a physical letting go of like people and situations. It can be the belief systems. It can be, you know, your own negative habits. It can just be anything, but you have to figure out what it is you need to let go, because there's definitely some good news coming in. But you got to let something go first. You have to deal with something. You have to work through something. You have to give yourself that opportunity to even get there. You feel me? What are the things that's important? What have you forgotten? Being caught up in all of this extra drama. Here we go. You know, toxicity, drama, chaos. There's a disconnect. There's a disconnect. So what are you going to do to bring some harmony into your life? I think you owe it to yourself. Let that shit go. It stresses you. It's frustrating. And you're sitting here trying to figure out, what do I do? But I feel like you know the answer, but you're concerned about how everybody else is going to feel about the decisions that you choose to make for your life. You know, you're definitely at a conflict. There's a battle. You need to build your own self-confidence. This shit keeps you up at night. It keeps you frustrated and you feel blindsided. But the thing is, peep how she is, right? She would be able to see what was going on if she simply would just take the blindfold off. Take the blindfold off. You have the power to just take it off. What are we doing? Take that shit off so you can figure out how you need to move forward. You can't see anything right now because all of the chatter. Look how these crows are like just over her head. All three of these crows. All of these swords. It's like the odds are against you. But these are your perception. Things don't have to be what it looks like. None of this shit is as real as we make it out to be. You have to just stop yourself and say, wait a minute. Let me do what I can to control what I can control. And the only thing you can control is you. Stop trying to think that, you know, your mind has control over you. You have to control your mind. And then you'll say, well, Ny'Chel, that doesn't make sense. No, it makes perfectly good sense. Your mind doesn't run you. You run your mind. You have to run your own mind. You have to put into perspective, okay, wait a minute. These thoughts are here in my head. How can I choose what to entertain, what not to entertain? You have to figure out how you want to deal with things. You have to not allow negative circumstances, thoughts, beliefs, emotions dictate how you move. It's okay to be upset. It's okay to be angry. It's okay to, have those negative feelings. Feel them, but after you felt them, what are you going to do? Because you don't stay there, okay? With all of these swords here, it's time for you to do some work. It's time for you to open your eyes. It's time for you to you got to get out of that woe is me, that victim mentality. Oh, life is happening to me and that nothing can go right. Stop saying that. That's the reason nothing is going right, because of the beliefs that you hold about yourself. You don't feel like you deserve anything more than what you've gotten, and you do. Again, your circumstances don't make up who and what you are, but you're allowing external circumstances, external people, external situations dictate who and what you are, and that is not okay. It is not okay. You have to stop. The woe is me, it's not cute, it's not funny, and having that victim mentality is only going to get you but for so far. Because guess what? It's not everybody's job to cater to you. You have to cater to you. You feel me? Stop being afraid to let go. Stop being afraid. It's time for you to pull back. It's time for you to sit in some silence. Here we go, the Temperance, and we had, what was this? The 7 of, I think, Wands. Pull back. Stop comparing your life to everything you see online. Stop comparing your life to what other people are doing. We don't have a clue what goes on behind closed doors. You feel me? You have to be okay with who you are. But the thing is, I bet you don't know who you are. So sit in silence. Go out with yourself. Do things with yourself so you can learn you versus what the world told you who you were. You are not what the world says you are. You are whatever you say you are. What do you like to do? What do you want to do? What do you want to be? Where do you want to be in life? You can't live up to other people's expectations of what they want you to do. And I'm getting school, like I'm hearing school and high expectations about where your family may want you to go, or job opportunities. Like they want you to go to college, but you're like, no, I'm good at this. I want to do this. And then there's that conflict. Listen, I can't tell you what to do, but what I would say is it's your life. You only get one time and one chance. Do what's going to make you happy. You cannot continue to live your life based off of other people's expectations of you. You will forever be miserable if you do that. Because where's the happiness for you? And you have to figure out what happiness is. Come on, baby. Come on, come on, come on. Once you figure out how to live for you, it comes together. The things that you want in life will start to fall into place, but you have to define your level of happiness. My happiness may not look like your happiness, and that's okay. It's very subjective, but you cannot allow the world to dictate to you how you move. You just can't do that. Take a chance on yourself. Do something different. Put some boundaries up for yourself too. Okay, I feel this way. I'm not going to let myself stay angry for more than 24 hours about this particular situation. I'm going to cry. I'm going to fuss. I'm going to scream. I'm going to do whatever I need to do. But after this, I won't do it no more. I will not allow this to bring me down. Nobody's ever going to tell you to run from your emotions and how you feel. You need to deal with them in whatever way feels good to you. Find healthy ways to deal with your emotions. The 9 of Cups. We love that. We love the 9 of Cups. Listen, abundance, prosperity. But the thing is, you can be abundant in love. You can be abundant in money. You can be abundant in, family, friends. But you have to know that you deserve these things. What are you abundant in? What do you want abundance in? Because it doesn't have to always be, monetary. But give yourself an abundance of love. That self-love is not, oh, I'm going to go get my hair done. That's maintenance. That's keeping up with yourself. Oh, I got my nails done. Oh, I just decided to take myself out. No, do the things that you want done from other people for yourself. Take yourself out. Get to know you. What do you want to do? I don't care if you're 35 and want to go to the trampoline park. You want to go ice skating. You just want to do something that just gets you happy and giddy inside. Stop waiting for other people to do what you want to do, or you compromise what it is you want to do for the sake of other people. Sometimes, yes, it's fine. We have to give that, especially in relationships, friendships, whatever. You got to do what the person wants to do, but not every single time. And guess what? If people don't want to do what you want to do, mark that down in your mind, because I keep notes. I say keep notes, keep tabs, because people are going to show you. You can't continue to do everything that the other person wants you to do, and then y'all don't do anything that you want to do. That's not all right. But that's when you take a step back and say, you know what? I just want to go on a Tuesday to the movies and watch every single movie, because on the mezzanine days, movie theater like $10, $11. If that's what you want to do, go do that. And so what if you got to go alone? Getting to know yourself, the best way to do it is to be alone. And there's nothing wrong with physically being alone. Being alone doesn't make you lonely. Learn how to love yourself in your own solitude, because guess what? You won't ever feel like you're craving it from another person. You have to be okay with being alone. And the crazy thing is, for whatever reason, that's when other people start to realize, oh, wait, okay, you're really happy alone. And then energetically, people will gravitate towards you. People who can genuinely appreciate you loving yourself will genuinely gravitate you, and then that love from them will eventually pour in. But you got to give yourself that time to even get there. Go learn something. Go do something. And again, learning about yourself. Give yourself, come on, baby, come on. Take some action on you. Take a chance on you. Page of Swords, Ace of Swords. Go learn you. This is all about learning. This is about doing. This is about being. This is exploration. Knowledge. Come on, these light bulbs. Get some, whatever ideas in your head, do it. Especially if it's a good one, do it. Stop waiting to consult with everybody, do it. Come on now. The world is at your fingertips, and it's just up to you to decide how and what you want to do with it. Nobody can make these decisions for you. Come on. All of these cards are about learning. These are about tradition. These are about getting to know yourself. Climbing that tower of, like, this is a tree. And for me in this moment, I'm looking at this like the tree of knowledge, right? Sitting alone. All of these people are alone. They're alone. But look how she looks like she's just taking in so much information. She's, meditative. She's quiet. She's silent. But her brain is, so you see this beam? Her brain is just taking in just so much power, so much knowledge, so much information. These are downloads, listening to her higher self. She's literally physically reading a book, trusting that the things that she's reading is going to guide her to her next path, to her next stage in life. Come on now, we're going to sit here. We're going to think about how we want to go to the next level. We're going to contemplate what matters to us. Here's the thing. Are you traditional, or are you a little bit more, what's the word? Like, go with the flow. Like, what is it like learning you? I hope that makes sense. What are you doing for you? And even with this 9 of Cups, she's enjoying these cups by herself. It's okay to be happy alone, because when you're happy alone, you'll be able to be happy with somebody else. Other people, other things, entities outside of you don't bring about that happiness. And it's learned. Don't get me wrong. This is something you have to learn to do. Society done screwed us up with thinking that we needed other things outside of us to make us happy. Happiness is truly internal. What do you do to make yourself happy? And be open to receive your blessings, okay? Please be open to receive your blessings. And the thing is, you don't have to always give to other people. It's good to give and, receive, but give with just the open heart of just, I can do this. I wanted to do this, versus I'm giving because I'm looking for something in exchange. That's not how this works. Do it genuinely because you want to. And it's okay to say no if you don't want to. Use your discernment with everything. The Knight of Pentacles, huh? Listen, you know where you want to go. It's just a matter of what are you going to do? What are you going to do to get there? What path are you going to take? And the thing is, we're going to mess up in life. It's just what you do with that information. Are you going to learn from it, or are you going to keep repeating the same mistakes? What are you going to do? The 3 of Wands. Start manifesting, right? Speak highly and speak life and existence to the things that you want to experience in this life. You have the power to do so, but you got to stop thinking about everything you say you don't want and think more about the things you do want. What you focus on grows, and that includes negativity. So if you continue to focus on all of the negative aspects in your life, guess what you're going to get? Change your perspective, change your perception. Stop looking at life as, oh, it's out to get me. Stop with the victim mentality. Start looking at the glass as half full. Is it half empty or is it half full? That's your perspective of the world. Always see things in a positive light, even when they seem wrong. Prime example, you got to be to work at 8:30. It's 8 o'clock. Your tire just popped. Instead of getting pissed off, angry, and frustrated because, oh my God, I got to get to work on time, maybe look at it as like, wait a minute, this could have just created a diversion because there was just an accident 2 miles up the road, and that could have been me. Regardless of what the situation is, find a positive in everything. You get slowed down for a reason. That could have been your God, your universe, whoever, protecting you in that moment. Shift your perspective. Everything is not a bad thing, especially, and the thing is, when bad things are going on or seeming, because remember, bad is very subjective, good is very subjective. It depends on how you want to look at it. But when things seem to come into your life to inconvenience you in that moment, just think, just maybe, this happened for a reason that saved my life. Just think for a moment that maybe this happened because something greater is about to come. Okay, fine. You didn't get that job promotion. Maybe that particular job wasn't for you, but something greater is coming along. That at the other company you really wanted to work at is about to send you that email. Maybe you're about to come into an inheritance, whatever. But everything is not the end all be all. But when you have the mindset of, oh, nothing ever works out for me, then that's what you're going to continue to experience. So with all of this, what I said, for the collective, it's time for you to let go of some things. It's time for you to focus on what it is you do want. It's time for you to get to know yourself. Date yourself. In-house, out the house. Date yourself. Turn the phone off and disconnect. What do you like to do? One-person parties are very fun because you get to enjoy you. Learn to have fun with you. Disconnect from the world. And then you also have to figure out how to integrate into the world while being alone. So many people have a fear of going to restaurants by themselves, going to the movie theater by themselves. Stop doing it. Take a chance on you and do something that's seemingly in this moment uncomfortable, and you'll realize how comfortable you really are with yourself. But it does take time. It does take practice. It's something you have to work at. But that was the message I had for the collective. I will be back with another video. Please don't forget, like, share, comment, and subscribe. And in the comments, drop down a promise to yourself and hold yourself accountable. What promise today are you going to make for your life? Promise yourself something and stick to it and see how your life changes because you did something for you versus what other people want you to do for them. All right. I hope all is well, and I hope you take something out of this. Again, if it resonates, great. If it doesn't, don't force it. It's okay. It just wasn't for you. Have a good one. And until next time, bye.